Hello, children. How are you all? Hope you're all fine. By taking all safety measures from COVID 19, continue the same. Be careful about your health. I am B. Swapna Supriya, working as TZT English in APSWR School, Nujvidu. Today, I'd like to teach you the lesson Puru the Brave. This is from your textbook, 3rd unit, A reading. All of you open your textbooks, children. Page number 40. Have you opened, children? What is there in this page? Yes, this is a battlefield. People all were immersed in battle. Here are three questions. Shall we answer them? Okay. Talk about what is happening in the picture. What is happening here, children? Yes, you children are smart enough. Yes, battle is going on. People all are fighting with each other. Second question. What do you think may be the cause of this war? What do you think, children? Yes, maybe revenge, revolution, properties, etc. Who is Puru? What do you know about him? Do you know Puru, children? Have you ever heard the word Puru? Okay, I'll tell you about Puru. Puru or Porus or Purushottam is a king of India. This is the picture of Puru. This tall man is Puru. This is also the picture of Puru. Here we have some information. In 326 BC, King Porus surrenders to Alexander the Great at the Battle of Hydaspes. Okay, I'll tell you about Puru. Puru was an ancient Indian king whose territory spanned the region between Hydaspes, which means river of Jhelum, and Chenab River in the Punjab region of the Indian subcontinent. He is credited to have been a legendary warrior with exceptional skills. Puru was born in Punjab. According to all surviving ancient historical sources, King Alexander III of Macedonia defeated King Porus, whose name is conjectured to have been Puru in his native tongue, of the Indian kingdom of Paurava in the Battle of the Hydaspes in May 326 BC. Although Alexander was ultimately victorious, Porus and his men fought valiantly. The Battle of the Hydaspes was the closest one Alexander ever come to losing, and he was reportedly so impressed by Puru's valor that he asked him how he wished to be treated. Porus replied that he wished to be treated the way Alexander would have wanted Porus to have treated him. Alexander therefore appointed Porus as satrap of his own kingdom and the lands to the southeast as well. Satrap means subordinate or local ruler. This is the picture of Alexander. This is also the picture of Alexander. I'll tell you about Alexander. Alexander the Great was born in Pella region of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedonia on July 20th, 356 BC to parents King Philip II of Macedonia and Queen Olympia, daughter of King Neoptolemus. Alexander the Great was famous because, although king of ancient Macedonia for less than 13 years, Alexander the Great changed the course of history. One of the world's greatest military generals, he created a vast empire that stretched from Macedonia to Egypt and from Greece to part of India. This allowed from Hellenistic culture to become widespread. Okay, children, this is the information about Alexander. Okay, now turn the page 41. In page number 41, you have the lesson Puru the Brave. It comes under A reading, as I already told you. Read the following drama and answer the questions that follows. Since it is a drama, the lesson is in the form of dialogues or conversation style. The characters in this drama are Alexander, Puru, four Greek generals, and six soldiers. Okay, do you know the meaning of characters, children? Character means a person in a novel, play, drama, or film, etc. Alexander, the king of Macedonia who conquered Greece, Persia, etc. Look into your textbooks, children. Puru, a king of northern India, four Greek generals, and six soldiers. The camp of Alexander on the banks of Jhelum. Alexander is sitting on the chair, and his four generals are sitting on low chairs. Two Greek soldiers are standing at the door. Alexander is having a talk with his generals. Okay, the camp. Camp means a place with temporary accommodation of huts, tents, typically used by soldiers, refugees, etc. Okay, banks. Banks means, children, a land alongside or sloping down to a river. The camp of Alexander on the banks of the Jhelum, which means the camp of Alexander was situated in the banks of Jhelum. Alexander is sitting on a high chair. Since Alexander was a king, he sat on a high chair, and his four generals are sitting on low chairs. And his four generals sat on low chairs. Two Greek soldiers are standing at the door, which means two Greek soldiers are guarding the camp. Alexander is having a talk with his generals. Alexander is speaking to his generals. Okay, first dialogue, Alexander. The battle of Jhelum will go down in the history of our country. Alexander is saying that this battle will remain in the history of our country. First general, it will go down in the history of India too. First general is saying that this battle will remain in India too. Second general, it will go down in the history of the world. And third general is saying, second general is saying that this battle will remain in the history of world. Third general, I have never fought such a battle before. Third general is saying that he didn't fight such a battle before. Fourth general, I haven't either. Until the last moment, I couldn't believe that we would be able to defeat the army of Puru. Fourth general is saying that he didn't fight such a battle before, and until the last moment he couldn't believe that they are able to win the battle. Alexander, yes, it has been a great battle, perhaps the greatest of my life. I must say, every Indian soldier fought like a tiger. And agreeing with his four generals, Alexander is saying, yes, it has been a great battle. It has been a great battle in his career, and perhaps the greatest of my life. And he is also considering it as the greatest. He is telling it in superlative degree, children. I must say, every Indian soldier fought like a tiger, and he is also saying that every Indian soldier fought like a tiger, and they didn't compromise in this battle. First general, they fought like devils, your majesty. First general is telling that they fought like devils. Do you know, children, sometimes we compare children with devils when they cry for something. We used to call them, why you are making such a lot of fuss, like a devil, like that. So here first general is comparing us with devils. They fought like devils, your majesty. They are not at all compromising. They are not at all refusing. They are not at all leaving the battlefield. They fought like devils. Alexander, the Indians are good soldiers. For this, Alexander is saying that Indians are good soldiers. They are good soldiers. Do you know the meaning of soldier, children? A person who serves in an army. They are serving for the country. They are good soldiers. They are nicely serving for their country. And next, they know how to fight, and Indians also know how to fight. They fight better than our men. They also fight better than their men. Alexander he himself saying all these dialogues. Second journal, but their generals aren't so good as ours. Second general is saying that their generals are not as good as their generals. Alexander, if you mean they aren't so brave as the Greek generals, I don't agree with you. For second general's dialogue, Alexander is not agreeing with. Hmm? Uh, if you mean they aren't so brave, and what do you mean, second general? They aren't so brave as the Greek generals. I don't agree with you. Which means they are brave. Our generals are brave, according to Alexander. Second general, but they aren't very skillful, your highness. And second general again telling, again commenting in other way that they are not skillful. Skillful means experts. They are not experts. Alexander, I see, what do you mean? Now our Alexander understood what second general is trying to say. Okay, he understood. And here I agree with you. Now he agrees with second general. The Indian journals are still following the old methods of warfare. Okay, in this battle of Jhelum, our Indian generals followed the old methods in warfare. Their battle plans are faulty and they depend too much upon their elephants. And he is also saying that Indians followed the faulty battlefield methods, and they depend so much on elephants, which are not supported on those days, because maybe Alexander's army used advanced technological guns, pistols, and horses, etc. But as fighters, they are wonderful. But he is finally concluded they are wonderful. Indian soldiers, Indian journals, Indian army is wonderful. I have the highest respect for them, and he also have highest respect for Indian army. Third general, I was amazed to see how Puru fought in the battle of Jhelum. Okay, third general is saying he was amazed, amazed in the sense astonished. He was astonished, he was shocked to see how Puru fought in the battle of Jhelum. Puru means none other than our Purushottam. Okay, fourth journal. Turn the page, children, page number 42. Fourth general. He continued to fight even when others had left the field. Okay, he is saying that Purushottam continued. Continued means not having any break, not taking any break. He continued to fight with others in the battlefield, even though others left the field. I think he killed at least 100 of our men with his sword. And he is also expressed that he had killed more than 100 people of Alexander's army in that battlefield with his sword. Second journal, and injured many more. And not only he killed more than 100 people, he also injured many more people. First general, he was badly injured himself. Injured means, children, harmed or damaged. He himself harmed or damaged in the battlefield. Second general, that's why we were able to capture him. That is the reason Purushottam caught by Alexander's army. Alexander, oh, he is brave man and a great soldier. I wish he were one of my generals. Now Alexander expressed his wish, his interest of our Puru. He is interested to keep him as one of his soldiers, one of his generals in his army. Second journal, he is a proud man, your majesty. For that, second general is replying, he is a proud man. Purushottam is a proud man. Puru is a proud man. Alexander, for this, Alexander is replying, a soldier is a not soldier if he is not proud. Okay, children, a soldier is a not soldier if he is not proud. I am not angry with him at all. Okay, Alexander is saying a soldier is not a soldier without proud. He must be with a proud. And next, I am not angry with him at all. He is not angry with Puru at all. He was not frightened by the news of my victories and refused to bow before me. And he didn't frightened by the news of my victories. My victories in the sense Alexander's victories, and he rejected to bow before him. First General, he will be brought to your majesty soon. Let us see how he behaves. And he announced that Puri is coming to this camp and they are waiting to see his behavior. Alexander, I am sure he will not behave like a coward. Coward means children not having courage, lack of courage, or afraid. Okay, I am sure he will not behave like a coward. Alexander already declared that he will not behave like a coward. Okay, a soldier enters and bows to Alexander. At that time, in the meanwhile, while they are having this discussion, a soldier enters and announces that a soldier enters and bows to Alexander. Bows to Alexander. Soldier, sir, Puru has been brought to the camp. Sir, Puru has been brought to the camp. Puru is in the camp. Alexander, has he been put in chains? He questioned. He has been in chains? Soldier, yes, yes, your majesty. Soldier replied, he has been in chains. Alexander, go and remove the chains and bring him in. I don't want to see a brave man in chains. And he immediately ordered his soldier to remove the chains of Puru, and he don't want to see a brave man in chains. The soldier bows and goes out. Then the soldier bows and went away. Alexander, they should not have put him in chains. He is a king, besides being a great soldier. And he said in front of four generals, they must not put him in chains because he is a king, besides a great soldier. Okay, children, here in this bracket we have a information. We have some information. Puru enters with four Greek generals following him. Puru entered the Alexander's room with four generals guarding him. Alexander and the generals stand up to greet him. While he entered the room, Alexander and four generals stand up to wish him. Puru joins the palms of his hands and raises them to his forehead to return the greeting. Puru joins the palms, which means Puru kept Namaskar position with his hands. Puru joins the palms of his hands and raises them to his forehead and put the Namaskar in front of his face before the forehead to return their wish. Till now, children, we have completed some part of the lesson. I'll complete the other part of the lesson in next video. Before going to end the lesson, I'll give you glossary and antonyms for this part. Glossary. First one, characters. Characters means a person in a novel, play or film, etc. Second one, camp. Camp means a place with temporary accommodation of huts, tents, typically used by soldiers, refugees, etc. Third one, bank. Bank means a land alongside or sloping down to a river or bank. Fourth one, journal. Journal means a commander of an army. Fifth one, battle. Battle means a sustained fight between large organized armed forces. Sixth one, history. History means the study of past events particularly in human affairs. Seventh one, country. Country means an area of land that has its own government, army, etc. Eighth one, world. World means the earth together with all of its countries and people. Ninth one, fight. Fight means to use physical force to try to defeat another person or group of people. Tenth one, soldier. Soldier means a person who serves in an army. This is glossary, children. Copy down the glossary in your notebooks. Here are antonyms for this lesson. King. King's opposite word is queen. Proud, humble, victory, defeat, frightened, unafraid, worthy, unworthy, pleased, displeased, believe, disbelieve, brave, timid, good, bad, skillful, unskillful. And these are antonyms, children. Copy down in your notebooks. Okay, finally I'll give you assignment for this part. Write down the glossary of discussed lesson. Write the antonyms for discussed lesson. Thank you one and all for listening to me.